Hello everyone, I'm Travis Swan. Welcome to Tommy Media's The Locker Room. The St. Thomas dance team recently began preparing for the annual national championships where they're hoping to repeat last year's success. Last January, the Tommies earned 2 titles in jazz and hip hop. Senior co-captains Randall and Lindberg have been part of the St. Thomas dance team since their freshman year and have helped the Tommies earn 5 national championships. I'm joined today by Coach Alysia Ulfers, Senior Randall, and Senior Lindberg. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome. Coach, last year's team earned what's known as a double national championship. Does this year's team have the potential to repeat? Why or why not?
I absolutely think it has the potential to repeat. It's not something we necessarily focus on, as far as winning goes, but what we do focus on is changing our strategy every year. Each team is made up of different team members anyway, so they're motivated differently, and that way, we keep fourth years and our seniors around that have been around for a while, we keep them kind of guessing and keep things fresh and new every year.
And Julia, how does the high level of competition within the state of Minnesota prepare your team for nationals against the rest of the country?
It's a huge part of why we are so successful at nationals. Dance team is huge in Minnesota, especially studios, so I think that really plays over into college dancing for us.
And Annie, there's much debate as to whether dancers are athletes or performers. St. Thomas has dance listed under campus life rather than sports. How do you view yourself in this aspect?
I would say our dance team we are for sure athletes. We practice 5 days a week. We have practices in the studios 3 days a week. We go to gymnastics and train for 1.5 hours. So that's being on the bars, being on the gymnastics floor, tumbling. We're doing full-on squats with other girls. I think we are legitimately athletes, and I think we should be as a sport, for sure.
And Coach, you were appointed the Director of Dance last February for USA Cheer, a team that represents the entire nation. How do you balance this with coaching the St. Thomas dance team?
The seasons or the timing of things are a little bit different. The strategy, like I mentioned before, is similar. However, when you go from national to international competitions, things can really change. But it's been a great position for me because I've learned so much here, and I feel like I can really transfer that over to that position.
Now it's time for this week's fan question. Coach Junior Haley Miller wants to know, other than dancing, what activities does the team do to prepare for the competitions?
A little bit like what Annie mentioned is they are doing a lot of conditioning. Again, it's the weight room, it's at a gymnastics gym, on the spring floor, on the bars, on the beams, all that kind of stuff. But, we don't have offensive and defensive players. These girls have to be very versatile. They have to be experts and masters in both the 2 different styles that we are bringing to nationals. So besides dancing, that goes way farther than that. It's personality, it's having great sportsmanship. That's something that we luckily don't have to coach them. They already do that themselves. They're great people. So I think you get the total package when all that comes together.
Absolutely. If you have a question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to check Tommy Media for the latest campus news. With Coach Alysia Ulfers, Julia Randall, and Annie Lindberg, I'm Travis Swan. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.